to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host, Sam, and we are back again with another one. We just witnessed Manchester United versus Manchester City, one of the most boring games we'll ever watch in history. And I'm not just gonna say this and just move away. No. There is a method into my madness on whatever that I'm gonna say here, people. So sit back, relax, and I wanna hear your thoughts in the comment section. What did you think of the derby? Like the video and subscribe to the Connect. Let's get into it. So the game finished Manchester United nil, Manchester City nil. And of those both teams, the team that looked like we're actually going to score something is Manchester United. Now, because this is eye test wise, I cannot really only put my eyes into it and say that that's the only thing of analyzing the game. We will look at everything that happened in the game. But the only team, according to what I saw watching the game, that could have actually won the game, but also I did not think that they were going to win the game is Manchester United. Because for the first time, I watched a Pep Guardiola team play a game not to lose rather than to win. That's unlike Pep Guardiola. We've been watching this man for some time now in the Premier League, almost a decade now, winning trophies coming up. But somehow he has now lost so much trust in his team that he prefers to play games only to defend, only to remain in the game, not to concede, not to put himself under pressure. In other words, we are literally seeing a Manchester City team of Pep Guardiola's team that he actually is not trusting himself as a manager. That was new to me. It was more defensive for Man City than I've ever seen, even though they had time with the ball. But most of the time when they had the ball, if you could check the position which they were controlling the game, was only on the position of their side. They were not comfortable to take the risk of going forward and to cause chaos going forward. And I've never seen this before from this. So I said this was a boring game. Let me make it make sense. This is the most boring Manchester derby I've ever watched, because if you go back to some insights of the game, what we were told read into this game, if you look at on the screen, we were told that in terms of the inside of the derby, they said that Manchester, of course, Manchester had scored 9 goals in their last 5 games. That's Manchester United, by the way. But listen, Manchester United and Manchester City have, if you're not seeing it, I'm going to put it into that bold. Manchester United and Manchester City have not drawn any of their last 12 matches against each other. And that is a crazy stat, because now you have to think about it. Watching today's game, it felt more that even if we had played for 2 days, no one was ever going to score in that game. Like I said, the only team that looked like was going to score was Manchester United. In fact, if you look at the way they started the game, the first attack that Manchester United actually put out in the first game, they wanted to score an early goal and just to close everything, close shop, and try by all means to bother Manchester City until to the end of the game. But also Manchester City had nothing to offer on the other side, and it was clear as daylight. Watching them with everything that was happening, the way the game was being played, the way they were controlling everything, it was clear that they were comfortable to watch this game to the very end. And now that makes me worry exactly what exactly is happening with this Pep Guardiola team, because we are used to seeing Pep Guardiola uh, trying by all means to push his team. Remember, he wants to get into the Champions League places. He's playing with the team that is still on the bottom side of the league, by the way, and that is very clear. Manchester United are still bottom side of the league, and because of that, they are very, very far away from the league. You would expect, and that's what I thought, you would expect maybe, just maybe, Man City take advantage of the fact that they didn't have their gunmen. The last man who destroyed Manchester City when they played against Manchester United was this Ahmad. And Ahmad is injured, and he has been Manchester United's best player for some time. And you are number 5 in the league. They are number 13 at the bottom of the league. Why can't you not take advantage of the fact that they are not at the position which they are at, and you know that you can get something, knowing that getting into this game, you knew that Chelsea had dropped points. It means in that happening, you would have moved with on top of Chelsea. Man City drew the game, people. Manchester City drew the game. They did not even put so much. I don't remember actually how many shots that they had on target. They all into the game. In fact, I'm gonna show you at the later of the game. And that was everything about this game. I was more actually focusing on the other things that I could do rather while I was watching this game rather than to concentrate on the game because there was nothing. Okay, there was a fight that Ogate had with the Ruben Diaz. There was a moment where there was some tackles, but there was nothing that you can hold on to. Bruno Fernandes had some opportunity to cross it back. The ball could not reach where he wanted to go in the whole entire game, people. I can pinpoint one and two things that we think could have happened in the game, or sometimes my brain will actually try to finish up the story of whatever happened. You know what Manchester United and Man City today reminded me of? Have you ever seen two boxers who are pro who builds up a boxing match and talk about how much they're gonna hurt each other, and when it is the time to actually fight, they all act like they're gonna throw a punch on each other and they never throw a punch in the whole entire match until it's over. We've seen so many jokes and so many videos of people, those types of people doing that. That's how this game was like. It never looked like there was anyone who was gonna give another team a jab. Like there was no one who had the killer pass. No one was ever gonna try to shoot to try and test the goalkeeper to take advantage of the opportunities. We never saw it, and that's something to worry about if you're Pep Guardiola, because as much as people say that Man City will be back next summer, those things I saw in today's matches actually made me worry more about what they need to do to get back to this level, because this was the big game. This is the point where you can prove yourself. The likes of Omar Mamouche, they want to represent, they want to show that they are one of the best. This is an opportunity to show with it. This is the best game to do so, and you can't even turn up. You can't even turn up. And that's what we saw from today from this team. And that has to be a worry. On the other side, Ruben Amorim is trying to survive, people. He's on life support. He's trying to survive. He knows that his team is not the best he wants. He was not given the opportunity. He prefers not to lose rather than to find himself in trouble. And that's what he did today. He played this game perfectly, that if they're not going to score a goal, they're going to wake and they will never lose to City, because not losing, that reduces on so many defeats he has suffered this season. Of course, he has already lost. Is it not about um, 13 games? And of those 13 games, most of the losses were from him rather than from Eric Ten Hag, who left. So he is on a survival mode. He just wants to reach at the end of the season so that he can start trying to build his new team. I don't know how is he gonna do that, but he wants to build his own team, which he can start calling his Manchester to try to do something. Because everything about this man, everything we've seen about this team, whatever we've seen from this Man City team, has not given anything that we can hold on and say we can trust it to see exactly where the direction is going of this Manchester United team. It's not playing so well. Rasmus Højlund was actually afraid of going into a one-on-one duel with any defender of Man City, and that has to be a worrisome situation if you're watching it from anywhere. And on the Manchester City side, this young kid that they were talking about, who was the left back, who was the man of the match in their FA Cup, disappeared in a game where he was needed. This is a Manchester derby. Show yourself, come strong and try to help. He dropped out the stinker. But the other thing we can talk about, and I think this is in terms of the celebration, is this was Kevin De Bruyne's last Manchester derby. It might not have gone the way you wanted, but the legend of Manchester City is about to leave the club. Played so well. He has been a servant for the City team, and he has just played this last game. Will he be happy with how the game went on? Really, like, I don't think anyone will be happy about what we saw today. But I think he can be proud of everything that he has built leading up to where they are now. He can be proud of where his team has come from and what they can still build. This was a game that we will not want to remember in our mind, no matter what happened in the history books. This should be a game that just passed. This should be a game that just passed, because we had nothing to talk about, nothing to celebrate about. We just want to forget it and we move on. And that is the fact And that is the clearest thing that I'll ever say in this situation. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What did you think of the derby? Were you impressed? Maybe I'm being too harsh on the derby. I was not seeing it properly. Tell me, maybe you saw something different. Maybe I'll come back here and maybe we can even address that, because what I saw gave me more questions than actual answers of the game. So anyway, let's move on from that. I'm gonna show you some stats of everything that was happening in this game and what we thought of the game. I think that's the thing that matters. So in terms of the stats, looking at the game, you can see that XG, it was 0.92 for Manchester United to 0.49. That's how Manchester City were reduced by United. Shots, total shots, 13 for United, 9 on City, 1 on target on both teams. That's why I was saying that if we are looking at this game in hindsight, we would say that United looked more like a team that could win this game rather than the others. This, I'm telling you, week 31 of the Premier League was one of the worst I've ever seen. I don't want to lie to you, it was boring. Really, really boring. Anyway, let's hope the Newcastle game is different. So, as you can see, uh, short map in everything that happened. Look where United were shooting from. Look where every Bruno Fernandes had some chances. Ogate, there was an opportunity. This was actually a volley before he was taken out. Then the other one was from Zirkzee when he came in, and the other shot was from Mason Mount. The other one was from Zirkzee, who came by then the second half. Ogate. You might be surprised. I wanted to show you people that I watched this whole entire game, and yet Rasmus Højlund started his game, and I don't even remember seeing him shooting a game, shooting a shot, and that just proved it for me. Look, these are the 13 that they had. The first one, as you can see, it's as you can see there, it's written. They show who did that. That's Casemiro, as you can see. The other one is who? The other one is Ogate. The other one is Zirkzee, who came in and played even less time than what this one did. Mason Mount, Ogate, Mason Mount here, like I showed you that. Then with Mazraoui, it was outside. He was trying to pass that one. Then with Fernandes, we also had Zirkzee, Doku, we had Garnacho, we had Garnacho again, then Doku. The thing that I'm noticing here from United, the most people were shooting at the people who are not supposed to be the shooters of the ball, the midfielders, the what? Where are the strikers? Where are the strikers? Where are the people who stepped up? Mamouche had a shot. It went out, as well as Mamouche again here. And Foden had a shot here. We also saw Mamouche again from outside. He's really good on those outside shots. Another one from Mamouche. The Kevin De Bruyne had one shot as well. Uh, uh, Gundogan, the guy was trying almost at most of the shots. Where was the guy who was playing next to him? Few for the had a few, but not really what you'd expect from this side teams. Not really, especially from a Man City. These are the teams that are losing the title this season. They should show a bit more fight, at least try to fight and show that you are rising from what we've seen from you. Shots, you see how many shots were off target by United at 5-3 on this, on target 5-2. Everything we saw was not anything. No one hit the woodwork. Shots inside the box, 4 for City, 8 for United, then 5. Everything about this game gives us problems, and we also want to ask more questions rather than answers. Defensive work. United were actually trying by all means to win tackles in their defensive areas. Interception, they had more. They also had less blocks. City had to block so many shots that United were taking at their box. Clearance, City did more 24 keeper saves. Onana was the busiest of this one. Hence why maybe he was given the man of the match. I think that makes a bit sense. Jewels wants United, they lead on that one. Crown Jewels as well, United are leading on that. Area Jewels, City at 6, 7, or United at 6. Then Successful Dribble, United had more of that. So in terms of looking at everything that happened in the game, it feels like City, United were more in control rather than City in terms of looking at everything that happened in the game. But still not good enough, people, in terms of the lineup, in terms of how the teams and the players performed in the game. What we saw, you have to be strong for this, I'm telling you. Anyway, this was everything about the players and what they offered. This guy had nothing to offer in the game, nothing really to offer in the game. This was everything. I thought I wanted to see if I could see Molly in terms of their hit map. I'm still getting used to this app, by the way, people. So we'll make it work. Don't worry, we will make it work. It will make sense very, very soon. But yeah, that's everything that I can give you from this game. If you have any questions, you can just let me know in the comment section. What did you think of the game? Let me know who surprised you the most. What impact can you give from both of the teams? What are you expecting to see from them going forward? But all in all, I think you saw this was a game that if you're a United fan and as well if you're a City fan, you want to forget as quickly as possible, because you can't allow a game like this to live in your head. It'll mess you up, I'm telling you. But don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Connect the Best Studio support us here at TFC. And we're going to be doing most of these reactions more like this for some time, and we'll see what happens. Of course, the videos will be back, but the live streams for now are the ones that we're going to be pushing. And I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Are you enjoying the Premier League week 31? Arsenal lost, drew, Liverpool lost, I think. Let me just show you in this before I actually leave this. In terms of the Premier League stats, Arsenal drew, Crystal Palace beat Brighton, Ipswich lost to Wolves, West Ham drew with Bournemouth, Aston Villa won against Nottingham Forest, Brentford drew against Chelsea, Liverpool were beaten by Fulham by 3-2, Tottenham Hotspurs beat Southampton by 3-1, officially relegating Southampton in this league, as well as United drawing against Man City. Tomorrow we watch Leicester City versus Newcastle. That is the last game that is left of the week 31, and of course we will do what the hell happened in 31 of the Premier League tomorrow after the game, so be ready for that. And of course, go check out the Football Connect Facebook page if you want to be kept updated with any transfer rumors, any news that are coming up, and everything that you're expecting to see. That is the best way you can support us here, people. But for me and my YouTube, on this YouTube channel, I'm done. I'll see you on another one. Like the video, subscribe to the Connect, and we are out. Peace. Subscribe.
Beats the goalkeeper. You're just lost for words. He is just brilliant. Georgie Best, Diego Maradona, Johan Cruyff.